I'm gonna tell you what to expect at your first Raptors game. What's up everyone, it's your girl Chantal, aka TheTellieTube, and welcome to day 2 of Tellietober. If you're new, welcome. My name is Chantal and I go to a lot of Raptors games and I share my experiences with the world. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos, because we back and we back and we back and we... But make sure you stay until the end, because I'm going to tell you the biggest hack you can get out of your first Raptors game experience that you'll remember for the rest of your life. So here we go. First and foremost, I just want to point out that everything I create and produce is from a fan's point of view and in no way affiliated with the Toronto Raptors or its partners, MLSC, the Scotiabank Arena, or the NBA. Before I dive into the full game experience, I'd like to give some pre-game advice. And I'm not talking about drinks, but do pre-game because drinks are expensive. Or be like me and only drink water. Before you head down to the game, I highly suggest that you plan in advance, which includes your travel route, departure and arrival times, leave extra time for delays, etc. Double check that you have your tickets, or if they're mobile, make sure they're on your phone. Double check the arena policies, which includes no food or no backpacks, but if you're unsure, call them. I'll leave the Scotiabank Arena website and phone number in the description box down below. Here's a tip. If you're celebrating your first Raptors game or a birthday, go to the Raptors website, go to the In-Arena tab and fill out the in-seat experience form. I'll tell you why later. Also, if you're celebrating a birthday, fill out the birthday message form if you want your name to be displayed on the Jumbotron during their birthday messages slideshow at halftime. If you don't feel comfortable about that, completely disregard what I just said. There are different deadlines as to when to submit these forms, so just keep that in mind. My suggestion is to do it way in advance. For transportation, I highly recommend taking public transit because the traffic gets really bad downtown, especially when there's a game. Try to arrive an hour early or as early as possible. Oh, and bring money. Here's another tip. Depending on where you're sitting, if you check your ticket, most of the times it'll tell you which gate is the most convenient to enter through. This is so that getting to your seat is quicker and you don't end up entering all the way on the other side of the arena because it's a big building. If you have a digital ticket, press ticket details and it'll tell you which gate to enter through under entry info. But if you have the standard Ticketmaster or Live Nation tickets, unfortunately it'll just tell you to enter through the nearest gate. Yeah, that's real helpful, thanks. After getting your stuff checked by security and your ticket scanned along with the nearest directions to your seats, you can now enter the arena. Let the fun begin. With an hour left until tip-off, you're probably wondering what to do. If you entered through Gate 1, Real Sports Apparel is right there. This is the official store of the Toronto Raptors, again not sponsored. Right now would be the absolute best time to go in and grab some gear because not a lot of people have arrived. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to go during the game. Also, halftime and after the game, the store gets crazy packed. So do your shopping now. If not, there's a few team shops around the arena, but they don't have all the stuff that's available at Real Sports. They have the basics like jerseys and t-shirts and hats and little novelty items. So if you just want a basic item like a t-shirt and don't want to do your shopping now, do your shopping here. Here's another tip. You can get 10% off at Real Sports Apparel if you're a Scotiabank or Tangerine customer. I'm not 100% sure if it's also MasterCard, but I don't use them anyways because I get 15% off since I'm a member. Tell the cashier before you pay so they can apply the discount. You can also get a discount on eligible purchases at all Scotiabank Arena food concession locations. Speaking of food, if you're feeling hungry, there's bare food places to eat from here. Personally, my favorite is Porchetta, home of the Nashville hot chicken sandwich that you see in all my Raptors vlogs, and it's by section 120. There's also awesome places like Hogtown hot dogs, Freshie for all you vegans and healthy eaters out there. And then you got your basics like Timmy's and Pizza for all you basic out there. Then there's the Food Junction with chicken fingers and fries and a lot of other basic stuff, but no word of a lie, their chicken fingers actually slap. But keep in mind that sometimes the food selection changes every season. Sully's. Here's another tip. One thing I like to do before the game starts is to play some of the mini games around the arena. Last season, it was the trivia game, but they changed it to this racing game. The person with the highest score for this game wins a Raptors jersey. One time, I went with the owner of Toronto Raptors superfan to the trivia game, and of course, he won the jersey. There's so much to do around the arena, so do some exploring. If not, you could just go to your seat and wait until tip-off. Please don't sit in random seats when you're there. If you're unsure about where you're sitting, ask the usher that's at the entrance of your section and they'll point you to your seat. But for the love of God, don't just sit anywhere. If someone is in your seats, just kindly tell them that these are your seats. Usually they're nice about it, but if they're being difficult about it, get the usher and have the usher handle it. Right about 15 minutes before the game starts, both teams will start heading out of the tunnel to warm up, so make sure you cheer really loud when the Raptors come out and boo even louder when our opponent comes out. Let them know that this is our house. This is when you should take some pictures so you're not in everybody's way during the game. Take your pics in spurts. Take like 5 pregame pics of the players warming up, you and your friend, the cheerleaders, the audience, etc. When the game starts, take a few action shots. After that, try to keep your phone away as much as possible so you won't miss out on the game or be in the way of anybody watching it. When the national anthem comes on, sing it loud and sing it proud. You're Canadian, for God's sakes. Sing that with your soul. Sing that with your life. When the clock hits 0, both teams' starting lineups will be introduced. They'll do a simple intro for the opponents, then they'll dim the lights and play a video for the Raptors with cool effects like fireworks and a flame by the nets. This would be a great opportunity to take out your phone and take some pictures or video. Make sure to cheer loud, but also know when to cheer. For example, if the Raptors score a bucket, cheer. If the opponent scores a bucket, don't cheer. Pretty simple, right? Okay, here's a good one. If the ref makes a bad call against the Raptors, boo them. Boo them as hard as you can, but only if it's an obvious bad call. Don't boo if it's the right call. And definitely don't chat, "Ref, you suck," because that doesn't change anything. If you're not sure what a bad call is, watch when we play LeBron and the Lakers. You'll see a lot of them. There will be cues for what and when to cheer. For example, here's a Let's Go Raptors cue. Here's a defense cue. When the Raptors are shooting free throws, stay silent. When the opponent is shooting free throws, boo them. If you need help on when to cheer, look for the TO crew. They're there to hype up the crowd, so just follow their lead. They also might give you a reward. Also, keep your eyes out for any celebrity guests. And Drake. Keep your eyes out for Drake. Eventually, a timeout is going to be called. I learned that there are 2 mandatory timeouts per quarter for commercial purposes. But there's times where teams are going to call a timeout to put their players in check. This is when the in-seat entertainment happens. Sometimes they'll show a video on the Jumbotron, or the cheerleaders dancing, or the Raptor just being the Raptor. But the most common form of entertainment is when the TO crew come to your section and throw t-shirts and rally cloths to the loudest fans. Another tip is sometimes they'll have a serious contest in certain sections. They give stuff away mainly to kids and people who are very passionate about the Raptors. I suggest bringing a sign and maybe your little brother or sister with you to increase your chances of winning. Oh, and also, don't leave your seat when a contest happens in your section. They mostly only give to those who are in their seats. I see it happen all the time. But it honestly depends on the person in your section, to be honest. Also, if you ever see this dude with a video camera in your section, be as loud as possible. Show your spirit, scream as loud as you can, and look noticeable. If and when he points the camera at you or in your direction, you will be on the Jumbotron. Yes, that big ass TV in the middle of the arena is where you'll be on. So please, don't do anything stupid like expose yourself or stick up the middle finger. There are kids in here. A lot of kids. Remember that in-seat experience form we filled out? Okay, if you actually did it, congrats on your first game or happy birthday or whatever. But at some point in the game, most likely during a break and play, depending on when you requested it to be brought to you, an MLSC employee will come to your section with a bunch of bags. One of them is yours and they will give it to you. Inside are little things like keychains or a pin or, if you're lucky, a t-shirt. Also, there will be a certificate that commemorates whatever you're celebrating. Usually when there's like 2 minutes left in the first half, I'll leave my seats and go use the washroom because at halftime it gets really packed and the whole trip to the bathroom will take you like 10 minutes. But it's risky because you might miss a huge play, but nobody's trying to wait in that long ass line, so f it. Same with food, which is why I tell you to go before the game starts. One time it took me 15 minutes to get a poutine because I went at halftime. I strongly recommend supporting the halftime entertainment because most of it is actually good. I feel bad that they perform and like 75% of the arena is empty, so just stay and support them if you can. I'm sure it means the world to them. Sometimes the game will start if you get caught in the halftime traffic on the concourse if you left your seats at halftime. If you make it back to your section but the game is still in play, do not, and I can't stress this enough, do not enter your section during play because you're going to be blocking a lot of people's views and it's just rude. Wait for a break and play like a foul or a timeout and then go to your seats. It won't take that long for that to happen. It's common courtesy. If you ever have any leftover food from the game, usually popcorn or some snacks, don't throw it out. Just give it to the homeless people that sit around the arena. It's the least you can do for them.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. You'll have a good day.
Okay, now that we are officially at the end of the video, I'm going to share the biggest hack you can get out of your first Raptors game experience. This is one of my top secret hacks, so pay very close attention. If you've watched any of my previous vlogs, at the beginning, you'll see me at an area where the players often frequent before the game. It's not a VIP thing or anything exclusive like that. Anybody can do it, but not everybody knows about it. Want in on it? Listen closely. Remember when I said to arrive at least an hour before the game starts? I recommend entering through gate 1 for this because it's the closest gate to where this is. I also recommend this being the very first thing you do when entering the arena because they stop at a certain time. What you'll do is you'll enter through gate 1 and turn right towards Real Sports. Beside Real Sports is a hidden escalator. Do not take the elevator. Go all the way up both escalators and then turn right when you enter the 300s level. Walk all the way until you see the elevators or me and stand around the concession stand. Where you're standing is right outside the Toronto Raptors practice court. This is right outside section 318. Oftentimes, players will be in and out of the practice court to stretch and do some physio, and the only way down to the locker room is to take these elevators, which means they have to walk all the way from the practice court to these elevators. This is the only up-close experience you'll get of the players if you're not sitting close to the court, so it's kind of like a little treat for us up here in the nosebleeds. Sometimes, if you're lucky, they'll even give you an autograph. Even opposing teams too. It makes fans, especially kids, really happy, so I really hope they don't take this experience away from us. Usually the security will say when there's no more players left, but if not, they'll all just disperse when it's all done, and this is usually 30 minutes before the game starts because they have to be back down at a certain time to change and warm up. You can also check to see if the cone is still in the door, because that means they're still using the gym. But if the cone is out of the door, and the door is completely shut, then that's it. Or just ask Terrence, the food vendor guy. He sees and knows everything. I hope this video helps make your upcoming Raptors game very memorable. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos, because your girl is back at it again with the Raptors vlogs. Leave a like and comment and tell me how your first game went, because I really want to know how it went. See you all tomorrow for day 3 of Tellietober. Later!